Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So I know there's all this crossover stuff going on, but this is just chucked in the middle, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 9, which is actually the mid-season finale for The Flash Season 3, and this episode is entitled The Present. So towards the end of this video, I'm going to go over some stuff for the Arrow episode of the crossover, which comes out later today, so stick around until then if you want to know anything about that. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
I know your fears. I know your weaknesses. I know you better than you know yourselves.
Savitar's still out there. I'll be ready.
You will feel my wrath. The wrath of Savitar!
Please tell me you're seeing him.
Oh, I see him.
The Flash mid-season finale this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So this trailer was pretty damn insane. Now this episode, as I said before, is the mid-season finale of The Flash. So after this we go on a roughly like 6 to 7 week break over the new year. It sucks, I know, but it always happens, so we should all be used to it by now. Let's just hope they leave us with an epic cliffhanger to leave us all on the edge of our seats over the break and just questioning each other going, what the hell does that mean? But anyway, let's get into it and break down the trailer for the mid-season finale, or episode 9 of The Flash Season 3. So the trailer starts off with a voiceover saying, I know your fears, I know your weaknesses, I know you better than you know yourselves. This is while Barry is looking at, well, himself. And you can also see Iris at the top of these stairs. I think what is happening here is that Barry is actually being shown the death of Iris West. Similar to that dream that Barry had last season in Season 2 when Zoom, grabbed Patty at that date and then threw her off the edge of a building. Similar to that. But in this case, he might not be asleep and dreaming, he might be just given this vision or something. Now just after this we see Barry and Iris having a smooch, and it is inside an empty apartment. So it looks like Barry has moved out of the West household and moved into an apartment, like his own place with Iris. But as we always see with the mid-season finale, it's Christmas time. H.L. Wells is definitely rocking that sweater, he's definitely doing a good job pulling it off. I wonder if he will have any weird Christmas traditions from his Earth. Will be interesting to see. Now we see Barry here in his Flash suit in front of one of the cells under Star Labs. But is anyone in there? Could it be a random metahuman? Could it be an acolyte of the cult of Savitar? Or could it be Dr. Alchemy himself? Now this is a damn cool shot of Dr. Alchemy with some acolytes around him. You can see him hoisting the Philosopher's Stone in the air, but he is also holding the box where it's contained. It looks very ancient, so we may get a backstory on it, where he found it, where it's from, how old it is within this episode, which would be pretty damn sick. I like history, I'm a bit of a history buff, so anything that goes into flashbacks and anything that's got some historical element around it, I'm all for it. We see Barry and Jay Garrick pop out of a breach here. Barry will actually go to Earth 3 in this episode. That's right, Earth 3. And that is to get assistance from Jay on how the hell to possibly take down Savitar. Barry will also help out Jay with a villain problem of his own over on Earth 3. It'll be quite the tricky problem, you could say. Now here you can see Alchemy calling upon Savitar with acolytes once again around him. Now you would have noticed earlier on when you hear that voiceover, that is 99% most likely Alchemy. But if you notice, it's a different voice from what we heard earlier on this season. So was that a completely different Dr. Alchemy? And now that we saw at the end of last episode with Julian pulling the mask out of his drawer and Savitar approaching him at the hospital, does this mean that Julian is now the new Dr. Alchemy like he wasn't Dr. Alchemy before? Maybe he was just a normal acolyte or something. But yeah, if you go back and watch the first few episodes of this season, Alchemy has a different voice than from what we heard on the voiceover, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't Savitar. Savitar has a different voice. But yeah, I might just be pulling at straws here, but it sounded different than the original Alchemy. But anyway, so Alchemy does call upon Savitar, and then Savitar appears in front of both Jay Garrick and Barry. It's good to know that someone else can finally see Savitar. Like, Barry most of the time must have thought he was going crazy or something. Like, he's seeing this big metallic dude and no one else is seeing him. So we will get some Barry and Jay Garrick versus Savitar action, which should be pretty damn sick. But here we see Jay Garrick falling off a building with Barry like sprinting as fast as he can to save him. Will Jay Garrick die? Mostly not, because it would piss a lot of people off. But it will be interesting to see if, because Savitar can take and give speed, so it'll be interesting to see if Savitar takes Jay Garrick's speed from him, which it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. Now here we see Dr. Alchemy getting knocked out by Barry. This will most likely be the unmasking and reveal to Barry of Alchemy, and it being most likely Julian Albert under the mask. Now, Greg Berlanti did say that episode 9, which is this episode, was the episode where that Dr. Alchemy was getting unmasked. But then obviously in episode 7, it happened at the end. Even though technically it wasn't an unmasking, it was like Savitar approaching him and then him pulling a mask out of his drawer. But, you know, basically the same thing. So either that was a throw off by Greg Berlanti, or he actually meant in episode 9 that like Barry will learn who Dr. Alchemy is, which I'm pretty sure is what he was meaning by that whole interview. So that's it for Flash. I'll quickly play this new Arrow trailer for the episode later today, and then we'll have a quick chat about it.
We have to find Oliver and company.
Tomorrow, the 4-night crossover event continues.
I don't think that any of this is real.
You're quite the hero, son.
We think we're some sort of shared hallucination.
Oliver, are you okay?
I'm fine. These head games aren't over.
Heroes vs. Aliens continues with Arrow tomorrow, 8/7 Central on the CW.
So that trailer makes me very happy. There's a lot of stuff in there which I love. It's the 100th episode of Arrow. It's basically just going to be a walk down memory lane, and as a fan of Arrow from day one, this just makes me really, really happy. Even though the show in season 4, last third of season 3, I guess, just went down the toilet for the most part, the show has still been, for the majority, really good. Season 5 has been really good so far. This episode looks like it's going to continue on from not only the success of Arrow this season, but also from the first episode of the crossover, which was really good in my opinion. So I can't wait for it. Hopefully you guys can't wait for it either. If you do see in that trailer, you do see like Damien Dark, Deathstroke, and I think it's Malcolm Merlyn. Could be Tommy Merlyn, but it does look like Malcolm Merlyn like standing on a lawn. So I think this is like an issue that Ollie's going to have to face, and he realizes that there's things in this reality, even though there's things that he really enjoys about this reality, like Laurel still being alive, his parents still being alive and stuff like that. There are things that outweigh those positives and their massive negatives. But it's going to be weird seeing like Malcolm Merlyn, Deathstroke, and Damien Dark all attacking Ollie at once. It's going to be pretty damn insane. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on it. Let me know in the comment section below, what are you looking forward to most from this mid-season finale of The Flash? To me, it's got to be Jay Garrick and Barry Allen teaming up. But also I'm looking forward to seeing more Savitar and Alchemy as well. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.